Hey, I'm John Crestani, and I'm a multimillionaire entrepreneur, but I actually started my career as a professional marketing consultant working for companies. And in this video, I'm going to be addressing how you can become a professional consultant. If that's what you're interested in, I'm going to dive into kind of my 5 steps, which is niche, market, talk, setting expectations, and getting referrals. So hopefully you can learn how to do this if that's what you're interested in. Stay tuned. So back in 2012, when I was first trying to leave my job, the way I started was I was a marketing consultant working for companies, and I was charging those companies anywhere from $500 to $1,000 per month to consult with them and to help them with their marketing. Now in this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can become a professional consultant. I'm going to be going over choosing your niche, how to market yourself and get yourself out there in front of people who will pay you for your consulting. I'll be going over how to talk, how to start these conversations or have these conversations with people if you don't know exactly how to set expectations so that you can get those clients so that they're happy, and also getting referrals moving forward. Now, you should know what you're good at. You should know what your niche is, whether you're doing consulting like interior design consulting, or whether you're a design consultant, or whether you are a franchising consultant, or a video consultant, or a YouTube marketing consultant, or a lighting consultant. Whatever it is you're going to consult on, it should be something you are skilled in, where you offer value to the world. Now, I'm sure there are ways you can make up like that you're skilled in some sort of area, but if you don't have a skill, you probably shouldn't be consulting. You should go out there and get a skill. So that would be the first step. Assuming that you have something you are skilled in, whether that's, whatever that is, you want to choose a niche. For me, I was doing, advertising. Online advertising. That's what I was good at, and that's what I was helping companies with, Google advertising specifically. Now, getting out there and marketing yourself is one of the most important things, and there's a number of ways you can get into those conversations with people where they'll be willing to trade your advice for money. A couple ways to get out and market yourself. Now, what I did personally was I was using job boards. I was using, what is now Upwork. Upwork.com is where people will post jobs. They'll say, hey, I'm looking for somebody to help me with Google ads, or hey, I'm looking for somebody to help me with this legal contract or accounting, and you can find potential clients there. It's very specific, very targeted. It's a little competitive. You don't get the highest prices than if you meet people in person, because it's all kind of done digitally through messages. Other ways you can get yourself out there as a consultant, I would 100% suggest, is social media, okay? Social media such as YouTube, if you have advice that you're looking to share with people, there's no reason why you shouldn't have a YouTube channel and be sharing that knowledge with people for free, because that'll bring you way more clients. I could have a very lucrative, I don't do any consulting anymore. I don't do any trading of time for money. I'm strictly against that in my business, and that's how I've built up my business personally. Then again, I'm at a different level. If you're looking to just get your first couple clients, you should start a YouTube channel. I would highly recommend that. Give advice, shoot 5 to 15-minute videos with a little information on whatever your knowledge matter is. If you know how to buy and sell businesses, if you know how to do financial reports, if you know how to do interior design or landscape design or contractor or plumbing or electrical or heating, whatever it is you do, give people that knowledge on YouTube. It will bring you so many clients, it will astound you. I have more business owners hitting me up on LinkedIn and YouTube to work with me, or if asking me to market their business, than I can handle, but I don't want to do any consulting. It's not interesting to me. I don't want to trade time for money. That's the whole point. I build an internet business, so I don't have to trade time for money. But again, YouTube and social media is a great way to reach people. Other ways to reach people is speaking at events, okay? Speaking at niche conferences where your target clients are. Let's say, for instance, that you are a landscape designer, okay? You're great at designing, you're a landscape design consultant. I'm sure there are conferences that happen around landscape design, and to be a speaker at one of those and, working on that, kind of getting stuff like that would help you a lot. Also PR, okay? Getting PR, different articles about you in niche magazines, Again, if you got an article in Houzz, Houzz, that would be great if you were an interior designer or a landscape designer, because it's all about nice, fancy houses. Last but not least, you can put up ads if you can advertise on, specific terms related to your industry, and that would be a good way to reach people. And also, the final way to do marketing is just the most basic way, and it's actually, for me, it was the most effective way, is just networking. Just go to events, go to conferences, go to places where your customers congregate. In my case, I was an advertising consultant. I went to places where there were lots of business owners who spent money on advertising. It isn't very hard to just, if you are in person and connecting with people, that is a much easier scenario than if you're trying to close somebody or get business over the phone or get business through messaging people. Now, the third step here is talking to people. And talking to people, I think most consultants mess this up the most, because there isn't really a formula for how to do this. But to get clients, you need to really do two things. You need to have some sort of personal connection so that you like working with each other. And the second thing is you need to offer value. I think some people mess this up because the mistakes I see people make is they focus too much on the kind of buddy-buddy connection. They try to focus too much on, what sports teams you like, or, what your values are, what your hobbies are, and they never get down to brass tacks business. And I also see people make the mistake on the other side, which is they only focus on business. They come in, no personal talk, no jib jab, nothing else. I work with a lot of consultants personally, and the reality of it is I don't want to work with people that are annoying to me or that I don't have respect for. So I think having a blend of both is very important. Now, when you go to talk with a potential customer, you've reached out to people, you've got in front of people through your marketing or whatnot, and now you're ready to talk to people. What I would suggest you do is simply try to offer them value. Have whatever your meeting is, what I would always do is I would audit somebody's account. I would say, okay, I need access to your Google Ads account, and I'm going to do an analysis of it. Very simple. And then we'd set up a meeting and I would go over my analysis of their Google Ads account. Very basic, but offering value. It was based on actual facts and figures that person had. Now, if you're going to consult with somebody about let's say their landscape, what you would want to do is you'd want to actually get some sort of like a plat map or, a map of their garden or their yard. Get yourself privileged information about that person that would allow you to give them advice, okay? And that is part of offering value. My friend Steve Weiss, who founded a 150-person Facebook advertising agency, did the same thing. What he would do is he would invite people to coffee. He said, let's go to coffee and bring your computer and let's go over your Facebook ads. And him and the potential client would sit down at Starbucks and they would whip out his computer and they would just kind of look at the person's Facebook advertising. So he didn't ask for access, but what he did was he got a meeting and he would just sit down and look at their ads and say, oh, this is good, this is bad, and this can be improved and this is off. And he would offer a lot of value right there in person, showing from an expert point of view how to do the Facebook ads better. Now, if you give somebody information that is valuable, that helps them do whatever it is they're looking to do better, you're going to build trust and you're going to show that you're an easy person to work with, that you offer value, that you can help out. I see way too many consultants that say they need NDAs or they can't do anything until or they won't give any information until you pay up. And I think this is a mistake. You can make much more money in the long run if you offer value first, if you offer something actionable, value-driven to help out businesses first, than if you start with the money. That's what I've seen from my side of the coin. I know some other people would say that, don't even talk to people unless they're going to pay you money. I don't know. That was my experience. I'm one person. Take it from me or take it from someone else. I don't care. The biggest problem I had with clients in my business was bad expectations. Clients would come in thinking the moon. They were thinking their marketing was going to explode within a week's time frame of me working on the account. And generally speaking, clients have unrealistic expectations. You want to make sure you very firm before you accept money from somebody about the expectations of that person has. This will make for a good long-term relationship. Again, if you're in business to create long-term relationships, consistent passive income in your consulting business, you want to set expectations properly, very properly at the beginning of what all the milestones look like, what the goals are, what you'll be doing on your side, what they'll be doing on their side. Don't try to hide behind false expectations, or don't hope that the client will think you're doing all this work when really, most of the stuff is automated. Be very upfront about what you're doing and what you aren't doing, and that will help you create a long-term client scenario, which will eventually help grow your business. Now that brings me to referrals. Now, the fact of the matter is, when you're really helping out a business, most business owners aren't going to actually want to give you they aren't going to want to tell you oh, hey, here's a competitor of mine you can work with. Because personally, for me, a lot of my friends are also somewhat competitors of mine. I'm in, for instance, one of my main businesses is I sell online educational courses. I teach people how to do an area of marketing called affiliate marketing. And I have friends who are also running similar businesses that, they're big on social media and they're selling educational courses. Now, if I'm working with a consultant who's providing me a lot of value, I do not want to let people know, okay? Because that just means I'm creating another competitor. I'm creating somebody else to compete with on that area of my business. So I don't do that. But here's the sneaky tactic that you can use if you are a consultant that is adding value, you can use to get referrals from your customers. What you want to do is you want to find out where your client is. If your client is happy with you, ask them what events they're going to, ask them what conferences they're going to, and ask them if you could go with them. Go with them to a conference about whatever it is they do. Let's say I run a family office and I'm working with a client who has a very large estate that I've hired this landscape design consultant for. Well, maybe I'm going to a conference of other people who run family offices who manage billionaires' estates like I do. In this scenario, the landscape consultant would simply want to ask me where I'm hanging out, because I'd say, oh, yeah, feel free to come with me to this event. That would work. I could meet you there. We haven't met in person for a long time, and we can talk. Now, generally speaking, businesses hang out with a lot of their competitors in the same room at the same conferences. As a consultant, you can simply tag along and hang out with that client of yours that's so happy with you, and by osmosis, being at the events they're at, you will meet all of their competitors, you will meet all of the similar companies, and you can grow your business very fast that way. That's how I actually grew my business when I started as a consultant. And this is in late 2012. I was managing a bunch of businesses for anywhere from $500 a month to $1,000 a month I was consulting for. I was making, as I said, about $4,000 a month. Now, one of my clients, inadvertently, he just invited me along to a meeting, a meetup of people. It was a mastermind. It was Neil Strauss's Secret Society mastermind. It was at the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel. And he invited me along with him. And what was crazy was everyone in this room was a company that was spending millions of dollars on marketing. Not even joking. My client represented a company that was spending millions of dollars a month on marketing, but there were 50 other people in this room that were spending millions of dollars per month on marketing. Now think of this scenario. I'm managing people's advertising for $500 a month. I'm struggling to get deals of people to pay me $500 a month. And I tag along with my client to a meeting, and suddenly I'm in a room of 50 other people who are spending millions of dollars a month from the businesses they run. I would have never known the scope or the success of the people in that room if I hadn't been hanging out with that client of mine. But that shows you that you may not need to get direct referrals. You can simply just be where your star clients are, and you can get more business very easily. And generally, that's fine with people. If you like this video, give this video a big like, and if you want to learn more about what I do and how I run my internet business and make millions of dollars, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I have a couple free mini courses. By subscribing, you'll also get access to a free course on what I do, which is affiliate marketing. And if you have any questions about my experience as a consultant or how I got started or how you can start your own thing, let me know in the comments below. And also let me know in the comments below, if you are a consultant, what your niche is. Thanks so much for watching, and love to see you in my next videos. Talk soon.